Thank you very much for the invitation and giving me the opportunity to present this specific project to you. Before I start, I'll give a short overview over the Energy and Environment Agency in Lower Austria. Lower Austria is the largest province in Austria. We are a merger of different organizations and initiatives. You can see a few logos on this slide. We have three topics. It's on energy and climate. That's by far the largest one. It's on environment and lifestyle, and on nature and resources. We have three target groups: the citizens, the municipalities, and enterprises. And we have three services. So you only have to remember the number 3 when you think on ENO. So we do a lot of things. We work with municipalities. We are about 100 employees and 80 external consultants that do the energy service for us. We also work with the municipalities, and we have energy officers that are appointed by the municipalities. 95% of all villages appointed one. They get some training in our organization, and then they work in their own communities. One thing they actually do, they are monitoring and controlling the energy system of the municipalities. At the moment, we have more than 4,000 buildings on our database. We started 2 years ago. It was part of the energy efficiency law. In Lower Austria, we have 16,000 electric meters that are in the system. When it's finished, it will be around 10,000 buildings. And of course, we do a lot of awareness building. There's one thing, energy movement. So people share their experience with other people. You can do it on the internet. You can see it. You have some YouTube videos there and some other information. You do a boiler casting, for example. Just a few examples. The boiler casting, we are looking for the oldest central heating boiler in our region. The winner last year, still in operation for the full house, was from 1926. So more than 15 years that we usually recommend. And we do the energy or electricity saving family. And that's the one I'm going to present now. That's the official electricity saving family. That's the male version. There's also a female version, and also for the whole family, as you can also see here. So the electricity saving family, we have the phase 2 now, but the first one was between 2010 and 2012. So it lasted for 2 years. And the background is that in Lower Austria we have the target to get 100% of electricity from renewables. We started 5 years ago now from 80%. We now have 95%, and next year we hope to reach 100%. But that means that everybody thinks on renewables. It means wind and PV and or water. But in fact, it's a precondition that we have to decrease the electricity demand. It's much more important than to build new windmills. So this was part of this program. Say, okay, how can we get the demand down? And we started with this electricity saving family. Maybe it's easier this way. So it was a contest, including households. Most of them were households. We started with energy consulting. So we sent somebody to the household. They did some check of where they used their electricity. They gave a report. They were there for 2 hours. They gave a report, and they made some suggestions for improvements. What can people do to reduce their electricity demand? It was only on electricity. Then they got an energy meter, electricity meter for free, so that they can do their own analysis, which appliance is using how much electricity. And then they were asked to give all the information about their monthly demand on an electricity diary. So there was an analysis behind, and there were some possibility for improvements that were given to the participants. Of course, there was a lot of awareness activities in the media, so there were some ads in the newspaper so that everybody was aware that this activity is starting. There was a promotion through the energy hotline. The energy hotline of our organization has 12,000 contacts per year. There were quite some people that use this service, most of them for the renovation of their buildings, but also for electricity problems. In some regions, we have also used some smart meters. After 1 year, there was a second consulting from the same person coming to the household again, checking their bill, the new one, and asking for some feedback, how they, if they were successful or not. And in the end, we had a final event with the regional minister, and we gave some prizes to the families with the highest saving, in absolute terms and in relative terms. I mean, I have to say, it wasn't me. It was not my idea. I was not the manager of this project. I only was shaking hands at the final event, not more. The one who really has done the work is Leopold Schwarz, who is sitting next to me. He had done all the job, not me. I'm just a presenter. So, some statistics. We have 229 participating families. It's like a long run when you take, we started with 310, but 60, 70 something we lost during the first year. 56 were from smart meters. The size of the family, between 1 person, 2 person, just statistics, so to say. And 36 companies that also took part of it. When it comes to the outcome, the electricity demand started with 1,500,000 kilowatt hours, and we ended up with almost 200,000 kilowatt hours less after 1 year. It's all on, you can see on the energy bill. We have 80% of all families were with savings, 20% of them used more electricity or stayed the same. That's how it is. But the average saving was 12.6%. So you can see it here, about 47 families increased their energy bill, almost 80 saved up to 10%, and 29 saved more than 30% of their energy bill within the first year. These are the results from when it comes to the size of the households. You can see that the smaller the household, the more you can save. That was an interesting outcome we did not expect from the beginning. For the larger households, it was below 10%, and the other ones were more than 20%. So, of course, there are a lot of different saving potentials. It's not so easy to compare one household to another. Just a few examples out of a long, long list. When it comes to conclusions, first, the target of the project has been fulfilled. I mean, we set a target to reach at least 10%. We set a target to get at least 100 families involved. So that has been fulfilled, even more. We think that because some of the families will have 2 years of experience, and most of them saved even more in the second year than in the first year. So it prolonged their saving, was not only a short period of time. So we think that 10 to 15% of saving is realistic. When you give them the information, when you give them some advice, when you help them how to save electricity, there was no loss of comfort or high investment mentioned by the families. The willingness for investment is basically on new appliances, not so much on other topics. There was no significant influence of smart meters over the period. Less than 2%, in fact less than 1%. And of course we realized sometimes that very high savings, more than 50% or something like that, that's because of special effects. That's not normal. So that was the conclusion we draw from the first period. We started a new one now in September, so the second round, so to say. So we'll learn a few things. It's only web-based. It's not mandatory to have an energy consultation, but we can recommend it. We have an open end, but we have an annual event where we get some prizes and other things. It's more for the media. Of course, there is a monthly electricity accounting, so the day goes on. On the first day every month you get a reminder. The verification is on the annual electricity bill, and we can also do some competition between the regions. I would call it an electricity saving bet, more or less, because for everybody, we are not going for the ones who save the most electricity, but for the ones who save more than 5%. So everybody who saves more than 5% and has done his accounting properly every month, he's part of a lottery, he can win an e-scooter or an energy efficient washing machine and other prizes. For the ones that actually live in Lower Austria, you can win a bottle of wine or an LED lamp. There are several bottles of wine, so because the first idea was that everybody gets a bottle of wine. That was not so well accepted because the wine is a drug in the end of the day. So now you can choose, you can get a bottle of wine or an LED lamp, so that's up to you. But it's a lottery. And you can also make some kind of competitions between different regions. You can form regional teams. You also get some prize. So let's just go through the website. That's basically the website. If you go there, that's the electricity dairy, then the annual data, some basic data, the meter administrations, because every meter you can you have to give the actual number. You can include PV models, so that you can see how much energy you get from your PV. So you can see how much you buy from the utility and what is your actual consumption. It will be calculated. These are all the data on different meters. These are the analysis and the statistics, so you get an information. Are you going to reach the 5% target, or are you above average or below average? These kind of things you can get out of it. So at the moment we started in September, mid of September. We have more than 100, because once I got an email that we have 100 families already. 120. 120 now. You are invited, everybody is invited to share. It's not only on Lower Austria, the World Wide Web is worldwide, so to say. It's not New Zealand is also fine. It's not a problem. But you won't get a bottle of wine. This is that's for our citizens. Okay. Thank you much for the attention.